Okay, so here's the boat pretty much finished. I mean, there's always little details I'll always be doing to it, but for most part it's all done. And so I just want to walk through some of the things that I did to add to since the last video. One of them, of course, are the seats, which are right there. And I'll tell you right now, this seat right here is the best seat in the house. I can sit up there, I can run the trolling motor using the pedal that's right here, and you know, fish off of it, hands-free, or just troll around. And I've done a lot of that. I've just taken out on the lake sometimes. I just like just trolling around and just seeing the sights. It's a great seat. You can see right off the edge of the boat. Just excellent view. And I installed the second seat here, or the first seat I should say. Didn't really need it, but just kind of keep things uniform. I decided I put one in there and it works out really well. The other thing about this seat that's kind of nice is, if you look down here, this unlocks right here, and this post will come right out, and then the seat just lifts off the post. And actually I can turn the seat around, I can put it back inside the bracket here, and it will turn around, and it can actually, it'll be a lower seat where I could have two people in this boat, one facing, obviously one facing this way, and then the other one facing that way. Don't really plan on ever doing that, but it would work out fine. This seat also can actually be taken down and put into my storage hatch, which is sitting right there. But I tend not to do that. I usually just transport it in the lower mode. But anyway, like that. I do these little mats here for the bottom. These work out really good because I do get a lot of water in this boat. Not a lot, but what happens is when the boat runs, it splashes, the water splashes up, and it goes inside of this boat. And it ends up getting a gallon, but I got a bilge pump in the back and it pumps it right out. It's really not a big deal, but it does happen. Another problem I was having was water was getting into the hatch, because in an earlier video I had 2x4s that kind of ribbed across, and this whole platform builds on top of that. And the problem I was having was there was gaps in between the 2x4s and the boat, so the water would come right up through here and would go inside my hatch. That wasn't really a good idea. So what I did is I just blocked those off, sealed that up pretty good, and then I added this trim. This is just some sheet metal that I purchased from a local hardware store, just that they used to do heating and cooling. I'm not a sheet metal fabricator whatsoever, so I did the best I could to put like a little trim piece. This is really just nothing more than a trim piece. It's just for looks. That's really all it does. And then coming over here to the hatch, as you can see, I put some hinges on the hatch. That was by far a much better way of doing it. And when you lift the hatch up, of course it falls all the way down like this, so if I'm on the boat I don't have to hold onto it. I might eventually put a little pneumatic, you know, shock or something to hold that up. And you can see here's the inside, and I got my fish finder sitting here, I got all my gear sitting over there, my battery and the charger for the battery, and I still have a ton of room. I also, one of the things that I did is as you can see, I put a wood floor down here, and this is sitting on top of 2x4s that are laying face down. So what happens is the water, when it does go into the hatch, it tends to run all the way down. Plus there's channels in this boat, so it just runs all the way through. The hatch, even though it does get a little bit of water, doesn't get a lot. The other thing that I did that really is nice is this little battery charger right here. This is a battery charger and maintainer. And so what I can do is when I'm done for the day, I can just plug this in. Here's the plug right here. Let's plug it into my extension cord, and it will charge the battery up and maintain it, so when I'm ready to go the next time, the battery's all fully charged and ready to go. The battery right now is set to run the plug for the trolling motor, and it runs the bilge pump, but it's got plenty of extra in there if I want to add lighting or, you know, anything else in the future, which I don't know if I'll be doing. But that's the hatch, and then just closes right up. Works out pretty nice. Still probably going to trim the hatch out. Again, what happens a lot with this boat is water will come up and splash on the deck when I'm going with the motor, with the back motor I should say. So it does kind of seep in there. I got to trim this out, but for the most part it really stays for, you know, pretty dry. Another little thing I did, this is more for safety, is I had this little ladder here, and it folds down. I won't fold it all the way down because I got the trailer in the way, but this is in case I fall off the boat. How am I going to get back on the thing? Well, I probably could. Someone of my weight could probably crawl up over the side. I'd probably be fine, but I thought, you know, this is pretty inexpensive, so I got this little ladder, and I haven't tested it yet as far as in the water to see how easy it is to get on, but you can get on. And also, if, you know, my little boy comes with me, he wants to go swimming or whatever, which he loves to swim, he's got, you know, this little ladder to get back on with, and I've got it too. So I'm sure it'll work out fine. I officially haven't tested it yet, but, you know, it's pretty obvious it's going to work out good. And that's pretty much it. I always say that, and then I end up adding something else to it. Every time I take it out, I find something new I probably need to do. But pretty much for the most part, it's done.